Today, we're installing a seat cover on the Ultra Bee. Let's do it. Before we get started, let's take a look at the tools and parts we're going to need for this install. First thing you're going to want to pick yourself up is some way to staple on new staples. This one is the Amazon Special. I think it's 30 bucks, but this is air powered, so you'll need an air compressor with it. Obviously, you're going to need staples. This is going to be the bread and butter of holding the seat on. This is T50 staples because this is a T50 stapler. They're also stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about rust. And then they're 6mm or 1/4 inch in length, so you don't have to worry about puncturing the seat pan and then going too far and going through your foam and out your new seat cover. You'll need a set of pliers and a flathead. These will be used to remove the old seat cover. And then obviously the star of the show is the new seat cover. You can get this off Amazon too. I'll leave a link in the description to all these products. So if you guys are interested in picking up this exact setup, you guys can do it. This thing was about 50 bucks. There's different colorways so you can match the aesthetic of your bike, any color you want. And then they have a couple different versions. One has ribs on it like this. So I prefer the ribs because you can better locate where you are on the seat. It holds you better. But if you don't want those, you can get a flat one. That's basically it. Let's jump into the install. All right, so step one, you're gonna want to remove your seat cover, your old one. So what you'll do is you'll go around and there's staples all along the side. You're gonna want to take your flathead and get it in there and be able to pop them up. And then take your pliers, you pull those out, just like that. It's a good example. So you can see how small these stock ones are. Right, they're just thick as the tip of a screwdriver. You don't want them to be too tall. Just like that, we got all the staples out, so you can take off your old seat cover. Just fold it on back. Just like that, there's your seat foam. This would be your opportunity to shave the seat down if you wanted to have your feet touch the ground, if you feel the seat's too high. This stock seat, you can see there's quite a bit of material here from the bottom to the top, so you can shave down some of this up here. All right, next step. So you want to get your new seat cover positioned in place. Sitting on there nicely, it'll fit. So from here, we're gonna start the staple process. And when we do the seat cover, we wanna start, there's kind of a process for what you do with it. You wanna start at the ends. So you'll start either at the front or the tail. You'll get those sections secured. Then you'll start with the middle. You'll get the middle tacked down, and then you'll start working your way from the middle back. Pull it nice and tight, up and around. Drop a staple down into there. All right, after you get all the staples in, you're basically done. You're gonna wanna go around with a razor blade or scissors and just clean up all this excess. Came out pretty nice. I think my stapler was running too high of pressure. I kind of botched this side a little bit. It's all right, should work. I don't think you'll see the staples from the side. Woo-wee! That looks good. 30-minute install. Most time-consuming part was pulling the staples out of the old seat cover. Install then from there was pretty straightforward. I did run into an issue with my air compressor because I'm running onboard air in my truck, and I think it's running around 100 psi, which might be a little bit too much. So when I actually shot the staples in, it tore through the bottom. Well, not really tear, it like cut through the bottom and didn't actually secure the seat cover. So I had to bleed some pressure out of that. But once that was all figured out and dialed in, it was fine. So if you have a regulator on your air compressor, look up whatever they recommend for the air pressure so you don't do what I did. I just took a little test ride on it, and it is so much grippier than the stock seat cover. So if you boys are into those dank wheelies, you guys will really like this seat cover. And that's basically it for this week's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next week's because we're done with all these cosmetic mods. We're moving to phase 2, which is the power upgrades. We're done with cosmetic stuff. We are going to be focusing on getting something to replace that thing right there, as well as something in the front of the bike to replace the stock piece. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a really fun video, and then we'll get the proper testing and see if it's worth it to dump a bunch of money into one of these Chinese e-bikes. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in next week's video. Peace.